It's Windless Nerd Out time! What's up, you guys? Happy Windless Nerd Out time. And today we're going to be talking about glutathione, a commonly spoken of antioxidant. A very abundant antioxidant in the body is glutathione, as it is used by every cell in the body. And so when we talk about glutathione, really it is, it's also called gamma L-glutamyl L-cystenyl glycine, because it contains glutamic acid, it contains cysteine, L-cysteine, and L-glycine, right? The three amino acids, one molecule each. So that's how it gets its name. And albeit it is vital for so many functions, and it's so important as an antioxidant, if we take glutathione itself, we can absorb it as a whole peptide in the intestines, but we can't absorb it into the cells to exert its effects intracellularly, right? These beneficial effects of combating ROS and things like that, right? Reactive oxygen species. And so, we're actually better off taking one of its metabolites, and that's cysteine, right? And something it's composed of as well. Right, so if it's broken down into cysteine, which is two cysteine molecules, it can then be absorbed into cells and exert its effects intracellularly. Right. So then we say, well, instead of glutathione, should we just take cysteine? And if you're going to take cysteine, you want to take N-acetylcysteine. It's the cheapest, most effective way to boost glutathione levels. All right. So one interesting thing, having said that, is that glutathione itself still shows some benefit for its supplementation, because it will actually prolong nitric oxide release. All right, it can promote nitric oxide synthase, the production of nitric oxide, and slow its degradation. So for that reason, it works well when taken in concert with nitric oxide boosters, as it has synergistic effects, therefore, with things like L-citrulline or L-arginine, right? Making it a good thing to combine with them in, say, a pre-workout, or, even a nootropic supplement that boosts blood flow to the body and to the brain, right? And so it'll happen for longer, really, is the thing, if you take glutathione with something that will boost nitric oxide, all right? So, again, N-acetylcysteine is top. When we talk about the dosage, generally with glutathione, you can get glutathione reductase in its reduced form, and that's the recommended form to take in terms of promoting elongated release of nitric oxide and improving blood flow for a longer period of time. When taken with L-citrulline, primarily, would be the best, better than arginine, because citrulline itself boosts nitric oxide levels even more than arginine itself, right? And now when we combine something that will prolong its effects, well, of course, that would be beneficial to improving blood flow. So we're, with the studies, there was one showing 2 grams of citrulline and 200 milligrams of glutathione reductase were successful in boosting nitric oxide levels the most out of other control groups, such as that took just L-citrulline or just glutathione or placebo. So that's what you're looking at, And in that sense, it seems like a 10-to-1 ratio, being 2,000 milligrams to 200, right, in citrulline to glutathione for the purpose of boosting nitric oxide. But, there are a lot of supplements that, they'll give you 500 milligrams of glutathione reductase, and you don't need more than that, say, is the general consensus, right? So a lot of supplements will do 250 as well. But the reason I'm saying this is because, what if you're taking 8 grams of citrulline to improve exercise performance, as 6 to 8 grams of citrulline malate have been shown to improve exercise performance, all right? And you want to enhance it. Well, how much glutathione do I need? And that's a great question. Really, they don't have the exact answer. There aren't studies done with that much, citrulline malate, and glutathione is more necessarily better in, promoting the exertion of its effects. Probably not. You're probably looking at a top out of around 500 milligrams. All right. And now that's not absolutely positively proven at this point. It just seems like that, reading through as many papers as I could to find optimal dosages, right? So, and usually when you see a supplement in itself with just glutathione, you don't see more than 500. So milligrams, of course. What else was I going to say here? I think that's about it. So let's see who we got. Let's say hi to the people. How we doing? UB Fellowship, what's up? Hey, thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Mikey, what up, Puccino? How you doing, Lights? Good to see you on here, brother. For those super pumps, that is right. Absolutely. Super Pump City. One more thing I'm going to say before we continue. If you have things that are high in toxins, that will deplete your stores. That will deplete the amount of glutathione in your body. All right. So, and other antioxidants in general. So in essence, it can kind of run you drier of them because they're working so hard to, rid your body of toxins, right? And to combat reactive oxygen species and free radicals, right? Alike. Same thing, really. But I thought that was interesting. So next time you go to pick up that artificial vaporizer or something that has, alcohol, any toxins, processed foods and all this crap, you remember that you're depleting your antioxidant stores, and you can even relate this all the way back to having less of a pump during your workout. Very interesting. You have less glutathione. Maybe you're not sustaining the release of nitric oxide per se for as long of a period, and you get less of a pump working out because you were having something that had toxins in it way before that, right? And it used up those stores. So just food for thought. Live a healthy lifestyle in general. Not having vapes is another one. We were just saying. So that's all we got for you today. You guys have a great rest of your night. Tribulus? Yeah, pretty cool. I know. I'm going to look into that and I'll message you about it. All right? Because off the top of my head, you might be spelling it wrong. There was, what's the thing with citrulline and glutathione? It's a complex. If you Google it, it'll come up. But, there's mixed reviews on them as well. There were flaws in that study, so I forget the name, but we'll talk about it one time. Have a great rest of your night, and we'll see you tomorrow, guys. Happy Wend Wellness.